What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the North Texas Dynasty on College Football 26. It is Steve, and welcome back to Season 1. We are in Part 7, where we are about to play the most important game of our season so far. This is the tipping point. We are halfway through our schedule. We come in at 4-2 with a 1-1 conference record, but we are on a 2-game losing streak, and we cannot afford another conference loss after we just got demolished on the road at USF. Gotta highlight Dalton Carnes. He did his thing. 15 catches, 157 yards. Ridiculous. But looking at the top 7 in the American right now, Memphis, Tulane, Charlotte, and Temple all still unbeaten, so we cannot afford another loss. UTSA is no joke, though. They killed Texas State. They beat Colorado State, got killed by Temple, beat Rice. They are 4-2 and 1-1 the American, just like us. And they got a pretty solid quarterback in Owen McCown, the junior, Robert Henry Jr., and John Emery Jr. They got a loaded running back room and a not bad receiving core as well. Taking a look at their tight end here, he's going to be an 82, Houston Thomas. And now, just taking a look at some stats in the American Conference. UTSA, in comparison to us, is slightly worse on offense, but they have accumulated more passing yards than we have, but we have accumulated more rushing yards than they have. Here's a look at your top 25. Your top 3 solidified. You've got 6-0 Georgia, Oregon, and Florida. Ohio State has dropped a game. USC still undefeated at number 5. Louisville undefeated at number 7. Alabama's at number 15 right now, which is pretty interesting to say. But it is time to get this game underway. This is huge. One of these teams is going to take a second conference loss today, and Owen McCown has only thrown 1 interception to 15 touchdowns all season. So that is what is at stake here today at home against UTSA. Owen McCown, his first pass, he's a lefty, and that's a broken tackle on the screen pass. That is going to go for a gain of 7. Tackle goes to Evan Jackson. But this is, guys, this is huge. This is 4-2 versus 4-2, both with 1-1 conference records, and he's going nowhere. Sacked for a loss of 2, getting into the backfield. That is Bailey, the second, and already it's a quick 3rd and 5. Can we get them off the field here? They're going to go with a read option, and we're just not ready for it. He is a lot. Oh my goodness. Owen McCown, a little bit faster than I had expected going into this one. 1st and 10. Already into North Texas territory. Loser of this game is going to get their second conference loss, which is detrimental, but the running game is going nowhere. There is David Fisher in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 1 with the senior tackle there. 2nd and 11 here. From the shotgun, they're going to fake. They're going to go with another wide receiver screen. We have not compelled those very well today. And is another 3rd down for UTSA. 3rd and 2. I would imagine they're just outside of field goal range here from the shotgun. McCown, they're going to keep it with the run game. We are there. Tackle just ahead for the 1st down. Goes for exactly 2 yards. UTSA moving the ball on this opening drive. I'm stressing. I'm not looking for a 3rd straight loss here. But that's good coverage on another wide receiver bitch boy out there. I want to see Owen throw the ball. He's playing so passive today. Probably why he's only got 1 pick on the year. 2nd and 8. We're sending the dogs. They're doing that same bullshit again. Thank you for tackling. 3rd and 5. We're getting them in 3rd down. We just got to get them off the field. Hold them to 3. From the shotgun. McCown gonna take a shot to the end zone. Testing David Fisher. Do not test the glorious king number 1. David Fisher, the senior, comes up with a huge turnover there. And now here comes the offense. Shaddai Clayton Johnson following some beautiful blocks. That's going to go for a gain of 13 for the senior, his first run of the day. Poffenbarger looking to play aggressive. He has struggled these last 2 losses. Didn't play horrible. We're already taking a deep shot. Landon sides, and it's going right back to UTSA. Poffenbarger on his first pass of the day goes right back to the Roadrunners. You have to be kidding me. And we have not been super successful on the deep shots. Kentucky upset Texas. You can see it on the screen there, 37-19. That's pretty crazy. And that is going to be a gain of 5 for the running back. 2nd and 5. Owen McCown right back where they started, right just close to the 50, right at midfield. Another play action to a quick little dink. I hate this offense, but it's working effectively against the mean green defense right now. 1st and 10 from the shotgun. McCown takes the snap. It's going to actually be going to the running back this time. That's going to be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Gonna send some pressure here. Send the dogs. Can we disrupt this offense? Get in the backfield. They're sticking with the run game, and they shouldn't have. Robert Henry Jr. not really getting anything going so far. It's a loss of 5. 3rd and 10 here. Finally, get them off the field. Please, another shot deep. Can we get another interception? That one should have been ours, but it's okay. We'll take the punt regardless. Tipped him away. We got to get Poffenbarger warmed up here. We cannot have him throwing interceptions. We'll take the screen. That's an easy 1st down. A nice spin move for the senior, Shaddai Clayton Johnson. And here comes 1st and 10. We're gonna sub in Kiefer Sibley here. Shaddai Clayton getting a little beat up. His wear and tear is just so terrible, but he's still muscling ahead for a 6-yard gain. I'm terrified to throw the ball after that opening pick, but we got to get something going. They're sending pressure in the passing game. We've got enough separation. There goes Miles Coleman with a deep shot over the middle. It's a 21-yard gain for the sophomore speedster, and that is what we needed to get this offense going. Here's number 7. Reese Poffenbarger, plenty of time. There's going to be the first reception for Dalton Carnes coming off his masterclass game against USF, where we unfortunately got our shit clapped. 0-0 is the end of the first quarter score. Trying to end our losing streak. UTSA trying to climb the standings above us in the American Conference. Let's start the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 10 from the shotgun. That's going to be over the middle. Dalton Carnes again. That's just a gain of 2. And we have a 3rd and 8 quickly here. Biggest play of the game so far. That's going to be kind of open. God bless America. Another interception for Poffenbarger. I don't know if he thinks he's got a Josh Allen kind of arm or if I'm bad at the game, but that is the 2nd straight interception, and that was in the red zone. UTSA back out on the field. That's play action for Owen McCown. Broken tackle. Someone catch up to him. He's gone. The one-play response, UTSA is going to capitalize on the 2nd interception, and Poffenbarger is losing his mind. I need the senior to get it together. We have to have some sort of a passing game, or else this season could take a 4-0 to 4-3 turn really quickly, which is not what I want. 3rd and 1. Shaddai Clayton Johnson wide open. No one near him. He's going to go down, and that's plenty enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10. 2nd and 9 here for the mean green. From the shotgun, Poffenbarger. Waiting for the play to develop. No one is near Dalton Carnes. Our yards after the catch. Demon, we need a quick response. Fuck the interceptions. Forget the turnovers. Just go play ball. We got talent on this team. We cannot fall to 4-3. 1st and 10 from the shotgun. Here's Poffenbarger. That's going to be an easy drag to Trey Williams III, getting the senior-to-senior connection going. Here is 3rd and 3. Can we pop the trick play and get Carnes wide open? From the shotgun, we need a response. It's not going to be there, but Landon Sides is going to be open on the drag, and that is going to be a solid reception for our wide receiver 2. 1st and 10 here. Haven't seen much of Shaddai Clayton Johnson recently, but they have been slowing him down. We've been forced to rely on the passing game a lot, and it's forced a lot of turnovers. 2nd and 11 here. Poffenbarger waiting for the play to develop. Shaddai Clayton Johnson's wide open! So happy that did not get jumped. Finally, the mean green are on the board, and that is a solid response from this offense. Tying this game up 7-7. UTSA going to try and put more points on the board before halftime. 2nd and 10 here. Owen having a good day. They're going back to the run game, though. Not sure how he got 4 yards out of that. It is a 3rd and 6 regardless. From the shotgun, Owen McCown having a pretty decent day. Is that a jump? That's going to be a false start on the Road Runners. Back them up. 2:19 left in the first half. South Carolina upsetting a ranked Oklahoma, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. 38-7. That was belt to ass. Good God. 3rd and 11. Need the defense to make a play here. Owen McCown going to hit the check down. Tackled short. It's only 4th and 2, but they are deep in their own territory. They're punting back to us, and we can try and take the lead before halftime after the disastrous start from the senior Reese Poffenbarger. He drops back. He's got plenty of time. Why not hit number 11, Dalton Carnes, with the 7-yard gain? And that's going to keep the chains going. 1st and 10. 50 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Poffenbarger trying to keep it going, but he's going to be met in the backfield. And that is going to waste our second timeout. 2nd and 18. Still close enough to field goal range. I feel like I have to be aggressive here. 47 seconds left. Making some audibles and adjustments. Some hot routes at the line. That's going to be the one-on-one. Trey Williams, the third, shrugs off the defender, gets the first down, and gets out of bounds. What a veteran play right there. And I know this might be dumb, but look at the formation that they're giving us. I had to run it with Clayton Johnson. That is not a fumble. There is no way in hell that's a fumble. There is no way in hell. Throw the challenge flag. Throw the challenge flag. That's another thing. One of the small critiques I have about this game. A lot of fumbles happen that are just not fumbles. Like, I throw the challenge flag. Oh my God. Surprise, surprise. I'm still on the field. And we got a running clock with 1 second left. Poffenbarger throwing up. That's going to be right down the middle. What a dime to Miles Coleman throwing up the bicep. The sophomore speedster finds the hole in the defense, and Poffenbarger tried to hit him earlier. That's when he had that interception, but this time he capitalizes as time is expiring, and we are going into halftime with the lead somehow. UTSA playing good against our run game, finally starting to get the passing game going, and we do receive to start the second half. Can we take this game over completely? 14-7, here's the second half. That's going to be wide open. Dalton Carnes, who else? He is leading the team in receptions by about double from second place, I would believe. 1st and 10. What a way to start it off. Poffenbarger going to hit Shaddai Clayton Johnson on the outside. That's a dirty juke move. How does he turn that into a first down? Poffenbarger finally starting to feel it, starting to get his groove going a little bit. 2nd and 11 here after the loss from Shaddai Clayton Johnson, but we just keep hitting number 11. You will find success. Got to find a way to get Shaddai Clayton Johnson the ball somehow. If the run game's not going, let's hit him in the passing game. Here comes the screen, another spin move, number 2. I love you. You are such a dog. 1st and 10, 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Poffenbarger still feeling himself. Dalton Carnes is going to get another first down, trying to replicate his historic game last week. Here is 2nd and 9. Just outside goal range. Waiting for the play to develop. Miles Coleman not able to hang on to that one. And it brings up 3rd and 9. I don't mind taking 3 here. We cannot afford another interception. Ball goes back to Simeon Evans, who checks in, and they're giving him the 1st and goal. No freaking way. I thought that was inches for sure. We'll take that all day. 1st and goal. That gets blown up in the backfield. RPO is probably not the move there. And just looking at his wear and tear, this kid cannot go one game without getting fucked up. 2nd and goal. Letting the play develop. That is Landon Sides. Not able to get in, but he does get about half of our lost yardage back. 3rd and goal from the 3. Kiefer Sibley has good blocks and is going to find his way into the end zone. There's our reliable sophomore, the speedster, RB2, Kiefer Sibley. Bust that one in. And now UTSA finds themselves down 14, 21-7. They're going to try and get the run game going. Neither team been able to establish the run today. We're blowing that one up at the line of scrimmage. Here is 2nd and 10. Clock is ticking. We're over halfway through this third quarter. Owen McCown looking to take off. And he is going to be met in the backfield. That is Richard Outlaw Jr. in the backfield for our 2nd sack of the day. 3rd and 16. Spreading the defense out. McCown has plenty of time. Checks it down again. And the defense is finding ways to get this team off the field. I feel like we are a touchdown or 2 away from finally ending our losing streak. Kiefer Sibley following his blockers. If only Trey Williams got there in time, he might have busted that one completely gone. No D, but that is going to be a nice gain for the RB2. Kiefer, no, he just broke that motherfucker's ankles. Oh my God, it's only a 4-yard gain, but that was dirty. 3rd and 6 into UTSA territory. Here's Poffenbarger. Plenty of time trying to find anyone to get open, and it's gonna be Dalton Carnes, his 8th catch of the day, extends that one, and we can waste more clock with our 14-point lead. Kiefer Sibley, sometimes I wonder, I know he's not better than Shaddai Clayton Johnson, but sometimes he runs better. He's kind of nasty. He's kind of a dog, and I'm hoping he will stick around and not transfer, because he's just so nice, bro. Whenever Shaddai Clayton Johnson is unfortunately going to graduate, I think this kid might be next up. You're going to have to stick around and find out, though. 1st and 10. Sibley from the shotgun again. He's just finding ways. Look at that, lunging ahead. Final play of the 3rd quarter. It's a 9-yard run from like our 74 overall Kiefer Sibley. Pause the video if you care about the top 25. We're not in it yet, so fuck them. Georgia, Oregon, Florida, Ohio State. You know, just a casual big dog. 2nd and 1. Why not run it again with Sibley? Okay, eventually he wasn't going to. 3rd and 2. Sibley. Do we run it again? Do we audible? I think we trust the run. Either way, if we kick 3, that's going to extend it another possession. And Sibley finds a way. 1st and goal. This defense did a good job at slowing down Shaddai Clayton Johnson, but with Kiefer Sibley, he's going to be taken down at the 1. They cannot figure out how to stop the speedster. Now, I might consider putting in Mackenzie McGill. We'll see. We got Jaden Beck in the backfield here. He never sees the field, but that's going to be a touchdown for him. They think it's going to 21, but instead it's going to the junior. And North Texas, originally down 7-0 with 2 turnovers, looking at a 3-game losing streak, have now found a way to go up 21. 7.5 left here. Can Owen McCown pull off a miracle? 2nd and 4, only down 3 touchdowns. You guys know I can choke games. You watch South Alabama. You watch that happen. That's a beautiful deflection. Great play from Samaje Burrell getting in the receiver's face there. It's 3rd and 4. 4-down territory, obviously here. McCown gonna hit the back. That is going nowhere. Oh my goodness, I missed 3 tackles somehow, but that still goes for a gain of nothing, and it's 4th and 4. A stop here, I think, would seal it. A stop here, I think, would end it. Owen McCown, he's going to try and take off, and the user! You saw the stick work get there. And in come the backups. 1st and 10, 6:21. That's going to be Mackenzie McGill. Mackenzie McGill is going to get a hell of a gain there up to the 20-yard line. And that was a hell of a run. Let's see what QB2 Drew Mestamaker can do here, the freshman, number 17. That is a dime! Whoa! Who is this kid? Gonna find Dorner. I think that's our wide receiver 5 at Connor Dorner, Cameron Dorner. I don't know. 35-7, or I guess 35-14 in garbage time is going to be your final score. The losing streak finally comes to an end. Shaddai Clayton Johnson is your player of the game. I would argue Kiefer Sibley, maybe if he got in the end zone, I don't know. But overall, I'm happy with this one. It was a very rough start for Reese Poffenbarger, but ultimately he ended up figuring it out, turning it around. Look at that! 2 less carries and 6 more yards for Kiefer Sibley, and a rushing touchdown. Dalton Carnes, no touchdowns today, but still did really well. And we have Miles Coleman. He's been kind of quiet recently. That was really good. And then we just scrolled past him. Dorner, he got a touchdown in garbage time, which is awesome. And then David Fisher, tied for our highest overall player, and Chase Canada with interceptions. And Rashad Battles, 3-star commit, is going to commit to North Texas. And we're in first place for pretty much everyone else. So vibes are good. We are 5-2. We are now 2-1 in the American Conference. And we got 5 games left to try and compete for the American Championship. I don't think college football playoffs on the table, but I don't want to count it out. We'll just have to wait and see. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I apologize for the slow uploads. I'm moving into a new apartment, but I will be back on the grind soon. I love you guys. Have a great day.